And Leicester's at the front. HRT Commodores, third and fourth. Mitch Stevens and Watson. And this is going to be a great day. Watson looks on the inside early. And he doesn't get the inside. Oh, hang on, he does. Gives a little push to Ethan Lester, but that's not going to be a penalty. And they're heading towards turn 2. They're over this little mound here. And Watson goes second and moves across in front of Lester. Watson side to side with Zoe Lester. He wants the inside. He gets the inside. And Zoe Lester has to give up her spot. And here we go, turn 3. Watson's one of the least favourite corners. And Ethan Lester tries to go for the inside in this corner here. And Watson shoots away. He's carrying a lot of speed though. He keeps it nice and simple. And Watson, he's got a lot of speed. He goes a bit quick, goes over the grate. So this is going to wear out his right-hand side tyres. And Simone Blackett gets third position, and Kieran Blackett just following. And Watson, hang on, he's hit the wall there. So he's having trouble steering, and Lester takes the inside. Watson was cramped up. He's having trouble steering here. And Watson looks to be driving a bit slower. He brakes. Hang on. Watson's still going with him. He brakes a little bit early. He has to take it a bit easy. Watson, he has to just take a little ease. Mitch Stevens, not far. Oh, Phil Wanalanga's gone off track, and he makes contact with other cars. And Phil Wanalanga followed by Michael Hutchings. And so this will... what's going on here? And they were getting held up by Analanga, so both cars are in there. And hang on, Ethan Lester's in the pits. And so Ethan Lester there with his pit crew. So getting the car fixed, and out he goes. So the last season's champion gets out, but last season he was driving a Commodore, teammates with Watson. And so let's continue up further up the order. There's Brodie Day in the number 1 car. And Brodie Capel is had a bit of a slide there. Keeps the car on away from the wall. Oh, another slide. And so another Commodore getting a bit of a sliding action. And Mitch Stevens in Holden Racing Team Commodore. And he is happy with the number 2 spot, and number 1, well, of course, Watson. Craigley Watson puts the foot down, and both HRT Commodores 1 and 2. And this is going to be brilliant for Holden Racing Team. And Watson, he's just sliding away there. He's building the margin and shifting the gears down pretty well, so he's looking pretty comfortable. So it is the ending of the second lap. Watson, oh no! This is where Watson carries too much speed, and he's just gone onto the grass. He goes back on the grass, and oh my goodness, Watson had to go down to first gear at that corner. And that's the championship leader. And Watson, he's on top of the margin. And this is the times where he needs to be careful. At the click of a finger, he could throw his championship away. So turn 3. Shifts out pretty wide. Just try and keep it nice and relaxed, mate.
when you carry too much speed, something's most likely to happen. You could slide into the wall here when you carry too much speed. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll try and slow down a little bit at those corners. Yep, and here at the dipper, keep it extra slow, alright? Yep, no worries. Alright. Thank you.
And okay, so you just hear the pit crew leader, the team owner, and just has to keep it down a notch, slow it down a notch, and Brodie Capel, he's up into second. So that Bridgestone Commodore, he's moving pretty well. So Brodie Capel, his car seems to be going in pretty well. Followed by Mitchell Stevens, another HRT Commodore. And as we go to see Brodie Day, we see Brad Noble in Castrol Mustang. The first Ford in the top 5. Now, we don't know much about Brad Noble, but he'll do anything to get up in the top 3. And Ethan Lester, the last season champion, and he's back in a Ford. Teammates with his sister. And Kieran Blackett, who used to drive also with Watson in the Holden Racing Team. And Zoe Lester, yet to win a Fellowship Cup. And Kieran Blackett's won it a few times. Ethan's won it a few times. He's won it at Willow Springs, and but that was in a Commodore. And Simone Blackett, she's a bit of an aggressive driver, but does anything not to make contact with other cars. And Simone Blackett's pretty good on this mountain, and so yeah, this is going to be a big chance for her to steal the day. So as we go, Phil Haddad, the Vodafone racing team, and his Commodore, he's been in the same sponsors for 2 years now. So he's teammates with Chad, his brother. So them two are forever teammates pretty much. And Michael Hutchings in the black and gold Holden Commodore, sponsored by PlayStation, HSV and Xbox. Or it could either be one or the other. Oh, and Super Chief. Oh! Michael Hutchings has gone off-road. He's gone into the wall, and this is catastrophic for his season. Oh, that's not good. He's got to ignore the pit lane. And this has put him further down the order from 10th to 13. Oh, that's not good. So, Chris Kernahan, teammates with Brodie Day, and Darren Barnett. Now back at Willow Springs, as Darren Barnett was second, Watson in first, and from turn 2, he accidentally went straight into the wall, straight into the rear of Watson, and Watson went into the fence, and Watson was lucky enough to actually not end his car. So Jacob Crosby in 16th position, teammates with Michael Hutchings, and Crosby, I think he's just gone like shifted the gear a little bit lower, So he sees to keep the car nice and simple. And dark clouds have just arrived, and you see the track's gotten a bit foggy. And we will have a look at the radar soon, but Watson's still leading this race, and as we go down further down the order, there's Chad. We were just talking about his brother, and Andrew Blackett moves on the inside with a good overtaking. And Andrew Blackett, oh, this is going to be an intense battle, side-to-side action as they both made contact. And this is side-to-side, more contact with these cars. Oh, side-to-side, what's race control going to do about this? And Chad pushes away from Andrew Blackett, and you just see they were side to side, neck and neck with each other. They both made contact, and Andrew Blackett will do anything to get that spot back. He had it for a second, and then the battle began, and there's Michael Blackett in the other Monster Energy Mustang, and cruising well nicely, and Andrew Blackett, and so they both haven't gone into the pits. That means they did not get penalties, either one. And there's Phil and Alanga, so this is not good for him. So Phil and Alanga, this is not great at all for the Toll Racing Team HSV, and yeah. Oh well, he has to lift his game a little, and you see Watson cruising at 220 kilometers per hour, and he has to take it nice extra slow if he's going that quick. In the back in the days when Holden Commodores they went 300 kilometers an hour, Watson for some reason has to go into the pits. He's looking pretty wobbly, so there's his team there, and Mitch Stevens has to carry the lead for Holden Racing Team. And followed by Ethan Lester, the last season champion, and he is going to be... he has to do anything to steal it from him. Ethan Lester and Watson, the two champion contenders. So Ethan Lester in a Commodore or Mustang, he's still a champion, and you see Brody Day's car just lifted, and this is getting intense a little bit, and oh no! The championship leader comes back out, and Watson receives a 2-second penalty, and we have to go back a couple seconds, and so there's Watson coming out of the pits, and Watson looking very strong, and let's see what happens here. So Watson, oh, he was unable to stop, and he's gone into the wall, and there he receives that 2-second penalty. So accidentally gone into the rear of Kieran Blackett's car. So this isn't good, and Watson's gone extra slow, might have right front damage, and followed by Zoe Lester. She was in third position before, so she's another championship contender. Both Lester and Craigley Watson, and Brody Capel there, and Watson, he still hasn't done those extra penalty. He hasn't done 1 second penalty yet, and he's doing it now. So he gives that spot to Zoe Lester, and so this is contact there again, and he lets Zoe go, and Watson's going half speed and picks it up again. Wow, Craigley Watson's not a nice guy, and he will, yeah, try and get that spot back again. Or he's going into pits. And Watson is not going into the pits. So, the right front must not be damaged, but he must not have a reason to go into pits. But Watson has to be aware if he makes contact like that again, he'll get more than 2 seconds penalty. And as we go back to the top, the other Holden Racing team, Mitchell Stevens, leading the race quite comfortably. That's a full lap he's led the race. And Ethan Lester's not going to let him go that easily. Ethan Lester, he's a champion. He was the last season champion, and Ethan, he's desperate to get in first. He's desperate to leave second.
You got Ethan Lester coming off. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that quite late. Sorry. Yeah, no worries.
And Ethan Lester, in that dangerous area, has taken first place. Mitchell Stevens, he was talking to his team owner and the racing team leader, but the Commodore might be just a little bit quicker to catch up. And here he comes. He might try and take it on the inside. And will he take it on the inside? He does. Hope it doesn't all go wrong here. And this battle is intense. We'll concentrate here. And Ethan Lester will try to go back into first position. He cannot overtake at the last corner. And so Ethan Lester, so he had first, and then Mitch somehow caught up.
Great drive, mate, great drive. Just keep it nice and steady, eyes front, and keep your head up, mate.
So Mitch might not talk back, because last time he talked back he got overtaken. So Mitch Stevens leading the race quite comfortably now. That's 2 laps in a row that he led, apart from a little overtake by Ethan Lester. But Ethan Lester sure is coming back in the attack now at the top of the mountain. And this is where things might get tricky again. He may try to get that overtake in that safe spot again, and he tries again. No contact. How good was that? And as we go on board now, Mitch Stevens, you can see the back of that Mustang now, and this is getting pretty intense. He misses this shift, but this time he's got to try and catch up to Ethan. And as we have a look, and that was well done by Mitch. Let's have a look at the inside cam. Mitch Stevens goes over the chicane, a bit dangerous. And as they go into the pits.
Alright, mate, get your car in, get some fuel in.
So Ethan Lester and Mitch Stevens, great battle. And Kieran now has the lead. And that's right. In case you weren't noticing, this Mustang, all the Mustangs in the championship have paddle shifts. Alrighty. So, oh, Watson! He's caught up! Watson, he would do anything to get this championship under his belt again. It's been 2 years since Watson in this series has won a championship, and this is going to be quite good of a battle to see against him and Kieran Blackett. Watson went quite close to the wall, but he avoids that wall, and Watson's least favourite corner. Oh, he made contact with the wall. And we go back 10 seconds, try to get a better camera action. So there's Watson. So he gives the wall a bit of a tickle, and so he slows down. Okay, so that's not really big of an issue. Okay, Watson accidentally goes off-road, puts some seconds under his clock. Alright, so the Mustang just shooting away now. And Watson coming up behind him. And Lange still last, and this is not good for him. Watson, it won't take him long to catch up. Watson knows how to handle the speed out here. You can hear those gears shifted, you can hear the exhaust. Okay. So there's Blackett. He's leading the race, and now let's have a look at Anna Lange. Anna Lange is he's not taking the corners quite quickly yet, but he'll do anything to have a look here. And yeah, not looking good for him. Kieran Blackett still leading the race, and boy, I'm just about running out of things to say. So still leading the race, and Zoe Lester is now in second. Brody Day and Watson, and we're gonna have to have a look why Watson is slowing down. Oh, Brad Noble in a dangerous spot now, and Brad Noble avoids the wall, and Ethan Lester not that far from behind him, and Watson, he's hit the wall, and his Commodore seems broken. Watson is slowing down, letting them pass now. And this isn't good for the Holden Racing team. He will have to come back into the pits. And Simone Blackett must have realised that he was letting them pass. And Mitch Stevens in 8th. So Holden Racing team is slowly down the order. This isn't good. Okay, yeah, Watson is usually doing 210 kilometers per hour. And he's just taking it easy because something must be broken on the wheels. The wheel bearing, yeah, this is not his usual race. Simone's gone off track. Oh! At the right rear. Into the right rear, Simone accidentally went into Watson's car.
Bring her in, mate. Something's broken.
Oh.
Simone just went in the rear of my car. It's okay, mate. Just bring it in. Just bring it in. We will have a good look. We know how to fix aerodynamics and the wheels, and we'll change the tyres over.
So there's Craig Bailey. He's yet to win a championship, but Craig Bailey can actually he nearly won against Watson when Watson was in a Mustang. Can't remember what team he was in, but that Mustang Watson was driving. Watson knew everything about it because he was in the mechanic shop sorting the bits out of the car. Okay, Brodie Day. He got out of the pit lane, and Jaden Renzi. He is one heck of a driver. He's a contender as well. Last time Jaden Renzi was the very first time that he was contending the championship over in Du Mans race, but technically Le Mans race, when this championship was in France. So Jaden Renzi got Mitch Stevens on the inside. Brad Noble tries to go with him, but instead goes in the rear of Mitch Stevens, and Mitch will have to continue with the broken rear aerodynamics. And as we go back, there's Watson, the championship leader, makes contact with Brodie Day's car. Watson not looking pretty good in the in this week's Commodore. I mean, this season's Commodore, and he is overtaking everyone on the track. He might get Brad Noble on the inside. No, he takes it easy, but he will this time. No, he doesn't. Okay. Watson, what trick has he got this time? And Mitch Stevens goes into the pits, followed by Brad Noble. So Watson will have to try and get the lead back. We all seen him do it. Watson overtakes on the outside and gets on the inside. I mean, on the chicane. Oh man, I'm lost for words. If only Mark Scaife was here, he'll be able to, he could do better commentate. Ah, well. Anyways. So, Ethan Lester and Zoe Lester, third and second of the Bottle Mustangs. And,
quick news flash. The Bottle Mustang design was not my idea. Yeah, it was. It was actually, it actually looked like Davey Reynolds' car. So that's why I picked it.
Back to this. So Lester's, Zoe Lester yet to win a championship in the Fellowship Cup. Oopsies days. Anyways. And so first place driver is Kieran Blackett still. Kieran Blackett is actually got a comfortable gap, so that at least is 4.5 seconds. 4.5 second gap. Change it to 6. There's Watson coming up behind Zoe, and this is I don't know what Watson's going to do. He moves towards the inside. He might not have enough just to get on the inside here. And Watson is letting it know that, hey, I'm here. How's it going? And Watson wants to overtake on the outside. Okay, the race officials might not allow that overtake, but I don't know what's on their mind right now. And there's Kieran Blackett. Watson can catch up, because Watson knows how to take the corners on this track. So so as we go down the order, so Ethan is currently 4th, and up ahead is his sister. So so Ethan won in a Commodore last season, and Zoe led the race the whole day but it got stolen by another racer, which was Andrew Blackett, and Watson in the Optus Mustang with him. So Watson was leading the race not long after Zoe was leading, and Zoe had to go into pits for some reason, and I have no idea.
In case you didn't watch my other videos, that's that day I was talking about.
And Ethan Lester won in a Commodore last season, which I literally just said before. And Watson has taken first place away from Kieran Blackett. He might have caught up at the top of the mountain, as I was just talking about the last couple of Fellowship Cup championships. So Watson in a Commodore in first. Again, Watson goes in the grass. So Zoe Lester, third spot, yet to win the championship, and Ethan Lester, second in the championship role. And if Ethan Lester wins this championship, but Ethan wins this race, technically is the winner of the championship. Watson in first of the championship this year, and oh my goodness, this season. And Phil Enalanga, unfortunately, is fourth. Fourth in the championship, but Phil Enalanga won't get it today. Jacob Crosby either. Jacob Crosby in 19th. Michael Hutchings in 18th, and another Michael Blackett 17th, and Andrew Blackett 16th, and Chad Haddad 13th, and all the other Commodores are in lower order, and Chris Kernahan won't be catching up to Watson either. So all of these cars, there's the other Holden Racing Team Commodore, and so Mitch Stevens, at least his teammates in first, and Jaden Renzi in fifth in the BP Mustang, and he'll have to get his game up a little bit. And there's Ethan. So Ethan Lester has to pull a trick up, because he's second in the championship. Why do I repeat myself? So Zoe is in third. As we're gonna have a little break now, so in the commentary box, we'll be back with you shortly on Nightcrawler YouTube channel. Okay, welcome back everybody, and Watson still leading this race, and now we go down the order. The order has not changed in the top 4. Yeah, so the order has not changed at all, so we gonna be, so Watson's still leading the race. And he has caught up to Phil Enalanga. So how will this go? So Watson tries to get him on the inside, and he does. And that's so Phil Enalanga sees his cousin still leading the race, and he says, "I'm not going to lap. You're not going to lap me, so I'm going to try and get you here." Oh, look at that! So Phil Enalanga can actually top his speed, and he can actually lift his game. But Watson, right hand side, go on the chicane, and so this whole time Phil Enalanga could actually try and catch up to the leaders. And what lap are we? So what's Watson got to do in this bag of tricks? And we're currently halfway through the race, and Enalanga touches the dirt. Watson, he is going to try and overtake here. He has lapped him for now, and side to side. This is nicer when it cuts like that. And Watson is definitely trying to get away from his cousin. Watson gives the wall a bit of a tickle. Oh! Contact. Phil sees the blue flag, but he's not going to give way. He has to give way to the faster car. And this is very silly. And Phil Enalanga looks like he was pushed in the wall. Let's have a look here. So let's have a look. Yeah, Watson shifted over, but let's have another look here. So Phil made contact with Watson. Yeah. So Watson, he should actually should have a talk to about that. So as the top 4 and 5 and 6 has not changed at all. They all got a reasonable margin between them, and Ethan Lester is getting yeah, he's getting a pound into his sister by his sister, and geez, that's actually kind of funny if Ethan's watching this right now. But if Ethan was watching this, I wonder what he will comment right now. Oh, that'd be funny. So yeah, Watson's still leading the day of this race, and thick clouds are coming back over Bathurst, and so Watson's going to have to, yeah, he's going to have to go into pits. Because Phil Enalanga made dangerous contact with his cousin, and Watson in his Holden Racing Team Commodores going into the pits. So Kieran Blackett takes the lead back. And it's got to be a wonderful day for Ford if he's going to, if he is going to take the championship. So, yeah. So Zoe Lester, Ethan Lester, second and third. This is going to be a sibling rivalry out of them two. Hang on. I know I'm supposed to be commentating, but I can actually read out the comments. So Ethan was actually watching the whole time. Hey Ethan, how you going? Day went well? Yeah, mine was alright. Loving the stream, mate. Craig Watson should be disqualified with all this contact. Hashtag Ford for the win. And yes, I was just reading the comments. I'm allowed to, I suppose. Ethan Lester yet to step up his game. Zoe Lester. Well, Zoe Lester must have been overtaken by Watson because he's actually just gone into second. And Watson sees Kieran Blacker up ahead, and so he must be looking in the rearview mirrors now, and he'd be like, "Oh no, here comes Craig," and he's sees Watson, and Watson has showed up pretty quickly, and Watson's letting Kieran Blackett know that he's there. And Watson has a dive on the inside, and this is a job well done to Watson to get first position back on his outlap. And Watson now back in first, and Ethan Lester, Ethan Lester, if he wants to steal this championship away from Watson, he will have to step up and go up into the top three at least. Now, Watson back in first, back in second, and it is now back to way it was, and he will have to this order will need to change eventually, and this is going to be pretty intense, because if Ethan Lester catches up, he would not make it easy for the championship leader. And Zoe Lester yet to win a championship, as I was saying half an hour ago. And wait, half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago. So this is going to be quite the racing day here at Bathurst Mount Panorama. And Watson leading in the Commodore, followed by a Mustang. Kieran Blackett. So Watson makes it down to the straight, and so a little bit wobbly with the driving, but that's okay. And he hits the 220 kilometers an hour, and that was a very good shot. And so at least this is actually turning out an alright day, and we go back down and oh no. So Jaden Renzi is getting held up by Phil Analanga, and Phil Analanga, the car is absolutely got dent marks all over, and yeah. Oh wow. Jaden Renzi made contact with the rear of Analanga's car, and they're going to have to pit no matter what. And this is dangerous driving by Phil Analanga, and so this is going to have to be a big step up. So Ethan Lester still remains in fourth, and Zoe Lester still third. It still hasn't changed. Watson carrying with the extra speed, gives the wall a little bit of a tickle. This is turning into a freestyle driving by Watson, not the Supercars way. And how about that? He leads the session time, the fastest lap of the race. That's right, that's what I forgot to do. So here we go. I don't have to wind back everything now. So will he make? So he made that personal best. And Watson, 1 minute and 57 seconds. Still not faster than Greg Murphy back in 2003. And Watson keeps it into 4th gear. And so there's a slow car up ahead. You can see the blue flag. And Watson will have to be nice and steadily with this one. And Watson, will he lap another car? There's Jacob Crosby. So he'll have to be careful, because lapping another car can be very dangerous. So this is actually so Watson needs to be steady quiet here. This is going to slow him down. Watson, his goal was every part of this race. His goal was to beat his own personal time. And Crosby slides out wide. And he will, Watson will have to be quite careful here. As we go to another break now, and I'll be back later on. Okay, we are back, and see Watson is right behind his dad, and Watson, he actually slid to his right, and it's going to be quite of a nasty drive, and he gets overtaken by his young lad, and so the top 6 has still not changed as we go back a bit. And so Zoe's already made it up at the top of the mountain, and Ethan was still hill climbing when I last looked. And so he's got cold tyres again, but he'll have to go back into the he's gonna have to go to the pit soon, and the champion will have to go into the pits as well. He'll have to get more fuel, and Watson, he still hasn't. He's made over 226 kilometers an hour, and he goes on the road. Oh, carried too much speed. That's not good. That was not a good look for the champion. Watson ignores the pit lane. What's Kieran Blackett gonna do? Is he gonna make the wise choice? He goes after Watson. Zoe Lester as well, and what's Ethan gonna do? Is he gonna go into the pit lane? He ignores it too. They have one thing focused, and that's on Watson. And he's gonna be, Watson's gonna have other drivers coming up, and Ethan Lester gets his personal best lap as well, 1 minute and 59. That's not quicker than Watson. And that's just a second slower than Zoe, and the others. Watson has the quickest lap time, 1 minute and 57 seconds. And Kieran Blackett is going full throttle up there. He will have to brake soon. And this is going heaps well. Alrighty. So Watson. Oh no. He's getting held up. Same with Watson. He's getting held up by Chris Kernahan. Watson shifted out wide a little bit. And this is great driving by Watson. And Michael Hutchins gets overtaken by Kieran Blackett. And Kieran Blackett has lapped Michael Hutchins, the 1995 Supercars champion. Watson nearly spun out. He was going very quick down the straight. I think he went over nearly 230 kilometers an hour. He ignores the pit lane. What about Kieran Blackett? Does he make the wise choice? They are a quarter of a tank low. Maybe just below that. The top 6 of the order has not changed. And this is where Watson will have to wait. Wait a minute. Did you all see that? Chris Kernahan lost control. He's gone into the fence, but he gets the car back on the road. And that's going to damage his car even more. Watson gave the wall a little bit of a tickle. That's not going to affect his car, so Watson has to keep it nice and simple now. He gives the wall another tickle. And that's the championship leader, and he has to take it easy a little bit.
Careful, don't wreck the car. You need to stay in the race. You don't have to try and beat your own personal lap time. You're not going to beat 1:57 seconds. Yeah, I know. I'm actually just trying to, get away from the other car. What, you got another car up ahead, and it's Chad Haddad. All right. Yeah. Okay.
And you hear. So Watson, the car is actually getting quite intense to drive now. And Watson, he's still ignoring the pit lane. And same with Kieran Blackett. They're getting very low on fuel here. So remember with Jamie Whincup, he actually ran out of fuel and he lost at Bathurst. And Paul Dumbrell as well. He was absolutely gutted about Whincup running out of fuel. And no changes yet. Ethan Lester, he's still going after Watson. Same with Bailey. Same with Renzi. In fact, these two still have the most fuel. But Watson, he's slowly running he's nearly out of fuel completely. So Chad sees Watson in the rear view mirrors and the blue flag, so he's got to have to give way to Watson. And he does. He gives way to Watson. And Phil Wenelanga with the most fuel out of all. And he will have to just finish the race last. And that's not good. Watson. Full throttle out of from out of that corner, and Watson he has reached over 225 kilometers an hour, and that's almost his quickest. He's just 226, and this time he will have to go for fuel. So championship leader is in. Watson in the Commodore, and he's just gotten too slow of his clock. Well, he has to. Kieran Blackett has not gone into the pits, neither has Zoe. What's Ethan got to do here? He's ignoring the pit lane option. Watson 3%, so he's gonna be he's gonna have to be ready soon. So out comes Watson, the champion, and Zoe Lester in second, Ethan Lester in fourth. So Watson leading the championship. He goes out wide just to avoid contact with his dad. And that was well done. And Watson goes on the outside, gets a little bump from Chris Kernhan accidentally, but the officials got to let that get away. They're going to let it slide now. And Zoe Lester sees Watson in the mirrors. And Zoe Lester, Watson's going to have to be careful to not make other contact. And Watson takes second place, and Zoe Lester is, well, back to third. And there's 4 laps left. Watson gets the inside on past, Chad. So Chad Haddad's been overtaken on the inside by the sketchy corner taker Watson. And he sees Kieran Blackett. What's Watson got to do? He gets him on the inside. And Kieran Blackett, the whole order is back to normal. So Watson, he's gonna have to pull away now. Kieran ignores the pit lane, and he's very low on fuel, and Zoe is gonna be going into the pits. What's Ethan got to do now? The margin is just incredibly large, and so Ethan ignores the pit lane option, and Zoe Lester is going into the pits, and there's her team there, the Ford Performance Race Team. So she's only after fuel. Hang on a minute. She doesn't get fuel either. This is a dangerous move here. Kieran Blackett low on fuel, and Watson is flying away with a full tank, and this is a great day for Holden Racing Team. You see the people, 3 laps left, people are up applauding, and look at all the Holden men and ladies and kids, and this is going to be a great day for Holden. And Watson just playing it nice and simple now. He's hugging the walls a bit too much.
Alright mate, take it all away. Don't worry about the lap time now. Just worry about getting the car home. Yeah, no worries mate. But what about the lap time? Should I try and break the all-time record? No mate, just try and get it back home in one piece. Yeah, righto.
And there's Kieran Blackett. He doesn't go in the pits either. And there's Ethan Lester in third. So Ethan Lester has overtaken his sister because gone into the pits. And Ethan Lester, he will try and get the championship. And that's his personal best lap. Still not going to overtake Watson's time. And there's Craig and there's Phil Haddad. And last place and more contact with Annalanga. Annalanga's just getting lapped. You see Michael Blackett, he's lapped him. Jacob Crosby must have been lapped as well. And there's Ethan Lester overtaking Michael Hutchings, and Michael Hutchings with that Commodore, he'll have to try and get the race by another series. So Zoe Lester just overtakes on the outside nice and simply now. And there's Chris Kernahan. And Ethan Lester, he goes. He saved his car. Hold up. So I've gone back 20 seconds as I try to okay, there we go. So he overtook him. There's a little bit of a bump. He's on the outside. And have a look here. Look at that. He saved his car. He saved his car just like that. Hang on. Contact. So go back another 10 seconds. No contact at all. Ethan did his very best to save his car, and Zoe Lester not that far from behind. Chris Kernahan gets overtaken by Zoe. This is going to look quite intense. Zoe backs off. So she's getting held up by the car in the 17th position. And there we go. And Zoe will have to go in and get fuel. None of the Lesters do. And Kieran Blackett's gone into the pits. So Ethan Lester wants to grab Watson's position, but Watson leading the race by 14 seconds. This is amazing for Holden. So Watson heads up to the top of the mountain for one last time. And this would be history in the making. And there's the crowd standing up and applaud. And Watson in the Holden Commodore. And here we go. The dipper for one last time. And a final lap. So Ethan Lester finishes second in the championship. Zoe Lester third. And Watson, he's doing a little bit of freestyle again. So as we look at the kilometres now, gets up to 200, 210, 230. Can he get brakes on at the right time? He does. And here we go. Heading towards the final turn now.
Well done, mate, well done. Now bring the car home.
And Watson in the Holden Commodore. Goes over the past the checkered flag, over the finish line. That's how you win the Supercars. And there we go, the last finishing results. And two Lesters, 2 and 3. Zoe Lester almost winning the almost came back winning the race. And Ethan Lester So Ethan Lester still finished second in the championship ladder. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.